Hello and welcome allies to the AOA Feed the Beast Unleashed server. As always, Bosox fan with you here. Skipping ahead a little bit here, as you will probably notice, things have changed a bit since our last episode. We finished our enchanting table. I was recording my adventure of getting the materials to finish that off, i.e. the sugarcane and a little bit of the lava, but it was fairly boring footage, so I spared you guys the pain. So we got a few things going. We had a few buddies come over. This is our hole we dug in the wall right there, and kind of built the frame of a house, a little basic house. We had some people dig out all the sand pretty much from here and left a big hole. Got a basic farm going with some wheat and some carrots, and I think there's some potatoes too. Why the heck did that happen? Melons. It doesn't look like we had any potatoes out here, but we do in the back. Got a solar array going here. These look like these basic solar panels. So I got 4 of those going, generating 8 EU per tick during the daylight hours, as long as it's not raining. Man, I wish I had a jetpack. I'm gonna go back, because I want to get into this building. It was just a wall, but... So, this is our main farm. We got a row of potatoes, row of carrots, couple rows of wheat going, and some melons. Nothing special, just your regular old, knock it down, collect it, and replant farm. No automation or anything cool like that. We'll be working on some of that stuff a little later. For now, we just wanted to get some food going, because we were running out of food with feeding all of us. We also started to chop away at this jungle that was behind the hill. If you remember from the last video, there was jungle trees pretty much all in this area and down along this tree line as well. And started to cut a lot of those down and trying to oh, I did get them. Sweet. Get the XP. So we did work a little bit on that. Got a little bit of rubber trees going for some of the Industrial Craft 2 machines that require the rubber to make the cables. Also went around and found some basic bees around the area and got a few of them going that are good enough to work in the normal biome situation. Haven't started any mutations, just trying to build up a nice healthy stock. This Rocky Princess only has the 1 drone trait, so we're never gonna build anything up, but can still get a few combs there. Trying to collect some combs so we can make the wax capsules, because the liquids have changed and unleashed. We'll just say that for now. You can look forward to another episode soon. I'm gonna go over how the liquid containers have changed and how they do and don't work with certain materials like they used to. Very disappointed in that fact, because having to use a lot of containers to do things where I used to be able to unload them in the liquid transposer, and no longer can do that. So that kind of stinks, but I guess it goes along with all the changes, kind of trying to make this mode a little harder without the need of all the Greg Tech crap. Not gonna lie, I do kind of miss some of the Greg Tech stuff. Does take a little bit away from the game, so so for today's episode, I thought I would kind of catch you up, show you a little bit around the place. Got just basic some storage area for random stuffs. Got some beds going in case we get a bunch of people on. This is our EU power area. We got an MFSU going, storing up power. Got some more high voltage in case we want it. And we also, if you can see, it goes kind of behind the wall and under the floor, and that's how it gets the MFSU powered. And there's some wiring and stuff behind this wall. That goes straight up to the solar panel up there, and it's also connected to an MFSU up there, which is also full, which is cool. We got a couple geothermal generators going for lava, and about 4 generators going for that. Supplemental storage was more useful at the beginning. Now we have so much stored up, it's kind of pointless. We got another portal going here. Random inlet, and the rest of the stuff's kind of, we got some mines and caves and stuff, kind of blocked that off so that mobs don't sneak up on us while we're just standing around. Got a cactus sugarcane farm going down here to help make the sugar and cactus coke for the generators. Basic storage down here, kind of just my tinkering area for the Minecraft Joules Buildcraft machines and the thermal expansion and that sort of stuff that uses the MJ. Focusing using oil right now as our main source of power for MJ. So to use the oil, I would suggest using capsules if you can from bees to collect the oil, because made cans, because in the old Ultimate version, the cans, or at least the ones that you made from the aluminum, which I believe was, I'm not sure if that was Railcraft or what that was from, but those got removed, and they have the cans that are made from the tin, but I've never used those, and they are not allowed to be used with the liquid transposers with the oil. And come to find out, it doesn't look like the oil can be transferred through a liquid transposer with anything other than a bucket. So that was kind of disappointing. So I would suggest that if you do have oil, use capsules. The beeswax capsules. 3 beeswax will give you 4 capsules. Pretty good deal. And they're cheap, and when you right click to create the fuel on this refinery, it takes the container you're using plus the whatever it is that you're putting in it. So in this case, we're putting oil capsules to make the fuel, and it's going to use our container and just disappear. So we can put 5 in there, we look at our inventory, all gone. Gonna create fuel, which is cool, which is fine, it's good, but kinda disappointing that the oil can't go through the liquid transposer, other than with a bucket. So I suppose we could use buckets, but that's expensive and long and whatever. Beeswax capsules are pretty simple. Other than that, that's kind of the grand tour. Got a personal safe back here actually that I made for myself. Keep some of my special stuffs. Got a decent sword going, not crazy awesome. I put the looting on after from a book that we found in a dungeon chest, and I got some more armor ready for when this stuff is gone, which is getting to the point where I probably want to just switch out, so I might do that after this episode's done. Combustion engine here, storing the fuel. We were using oil to start. Oh shoot, what happened to the water? Do I have a water bucket on me? No, I do not. Do not even have a bucket, period. Alright, gonna have to take care of that. This is the aqueous accumulator, and if you put water source blocks on each side of it, it constantly sucks water up and will keep the combustion engine full for you, preventing it from overheating as long as you are not stupid. Turn it off when you're not using it, basically. I'm gonna make that bucket real quick before I forget. Boom. So, lots of things you can do with MJ power. My suggestion, if you're just starting out, would be to do the MJ power. It's a little bit easier to make the machines than the EU power machines, and yeah, pretty much just easier. Everything's a little bit easier. We got kind of an advanced setup going. It was a little more basic. We were using the wooden or electric charge pipes and the the gold ones to do these, but those lose power, so we switched over to the conduit, and we also hooked up a redstone energy cell to the system so that we can store up some MJ. These hold 600,000 MJ per. Can take a maximum of 100 at a time, and you can change that down and up, and you can change the output. Right now I have it off so that it doesn't waste power, because I find a lot of the MJ machines just constantly drain power. So if we're gonna keep them connected, we just turn it off, kind of turn it on when you need it, and we'll leave this turned on, and we can turn it on to charge this back up if we need to. So maybe you have questions. Definitely oil first. Combustion engine, pretty simple to make. Let's take a look at that real quick. Got the combustion engine. So it only takes 3 iron ingots, glass pane, piston, you should know how to make that. It's real simple. 3 planks, 4 cobble, redstone on the bottom, middle, an iron ingot. Iron gears are, you need 4 iron for each. Stone gear's simple, just cobble and a wood gear, which is just 4 sticks. So, not breaking the bank here. Nothing crazy. Your aqueous accumulator. Simple as well. A bucket. You got your machine frame, some tin, and the servo. The servo, redstone, glass, iron. Nothing crazy. Machine frame, if you don't know, iron, 1 gold, some glass, nothing crazy. You get that going, and that is one of the machines that does not require MJ. That is kind of like the cobble generator. What's that? I can't think of the name. It's escaping me right now. But the cobble generator machine from thermal expansion also does not require power, which is cool. So we're getting the water into the combustion engine, preventing explosions. Alright, so that's cool. So, conduit. You want to know about conduit, probably. Definitely, oops, wrong button. Conduit is definitely what I would suggest for transporting your power as soon as you can. You need to make empty energy conduit first. Electrum ingots and hardened glass. Hardened glass does require the induction smelter. That's an MJ power machine. Nothing crazy though. Actually, you do need to pulverize obsidian too, so you'll need a pulverizer or a macerator if you do already have EU going. I think that will also take care of it for you. The 1 lead ingot, that'll give you your hardened glass, and it's just variations of lead and pulverized obsidian. There's no way to make more than 2 at a time. So that's how you get your hardened glass, and that's going to be used in quite a few things. So you get that, and then if you're not familiar, electrum is just gold and silver. A few ways to do it. Easiest way is to just put a silver and a gold ingot in the induction smelter and call it good. And then that'll give you 4 empty energy conduits. Now those are going to need to be filled in order to work with redstone. To fill them, you put them in a liquid transposer and use destabilized redstone, as they call it now, which is basically just cooked redstone. And it needs 200, which is, I believe, 2 redstone dusts worth. Each redstone dust gives you 100. I'm not sure what MB stands for. Probably, I'm not even gonna pretend to guess. But that will give you the 1 energy conduit. So to do the 4 that we made, we need 8 redstone. In order to get the destabilized redstone, you need to put it in the magma crucible. So the magma crucible, put redstone in it, hook it up with the output tube just through a stone waterproof pipe will work fine, and you put it right to the liquid transposer and it will fill up your energy conduits for you. So the magma crucible. This is kind of an interesting machine because you can do quite a few things with it. You create lava with this machine if you put stone or cobblestone or netherrack. I'm sure there's a few other, maybe sand, or I'm not sure what else you can put in there, but fairly simple to make. You do need to go to the nether and find a nether fortress or use one of the recipes to create the nether brick. I think, yeah, you can make it with some soul sand and netherrack. So you don't necessarily need to find a fortress, but definitely helps. Machine frame again, redstone reception coils are really easy, just a couple redstone and a gold. Got a couple copper ingots, machine frame and a bucket. Nothing crazy there. And as you can see, that is why I like the MJ. Very, very simple to make. Now the redstone energy cell is kind of a later thing. You'll have to get a lot of this going before you do that, but I would suggest getting these going soon so you don't waste your energy. Now to create these, two-step process. You need a full energy cell frame, and that is done similarly to the energy conduit, and you need 40 redstone in order to fill one of these up. Now create the frame. You need hardened glass again, some more electrum ingots, and a diamond. Getting a little expensive. And then once you fill it up, same process as you did the energy conduits. A few more electrum, couple lead ingots, and this one's a little different than the gold. This is the redstone conductance coil, and that uses one electrum ingot with the 2 redstone. So that is our basic MJ setup. Some of the other machines we got going here, we got a refinery. The refinery is gonna come with these. All these will be empty, so you'll need one oil canister in your inventory, and I think right click on the box and it will fill it with oil. Basically, this is always going to be fuel if you put oil here, and I think they left it that just in case you wanted to use the refinery for something else. I'm not sure if they had future plans for that, for other liquids, or maybe there are other things you can use the refinery for. I am not sure, so if you do know that, please leave a comment and let me know. Love to know. So basically the left and the right boxes are representing these 2 tubes. So I like to keep both of them at oil so that you can have the 8 buckets of oil stored at all time, and then this is 4 things worth of fuel that you can put, and then I have it just pumping out of waterproof cobble transport pipe and simple redstone engine. Flip it on, and then it goes to the cobblestone and into these storage containers, and you can just right click on each of these containers with either a bucket or some sort of a container, and it will fill it up with the fuel, and then you can put the fuel in here and call it good. Now buckets are kind of good to use to fill from here, because you can put the bucket in here and it will use it and not actually delete the bucket. I can show you that. Right click, get the bucket, right click on here, drops it right in. I don't even need to open up the interface. Boom, we got an extra bucket. So that's how the refinery works. Now it uses quite a bit of power, but it really increases the amount of MJ you create from the combustion engine when you use fuel instead of the oil. In fact, we can take a quick look at that before we go. So the fuel creates 6 MJ per tick for 100,000 ticks in a combustion engine. So that's 600,000 MJ for a single bucket of fuel. Now in the same lines, oil, we get 3 for 20,000 ticks. So that's only 60,000 MJ. 10 times more for fuel. So the power it takes to create the fuel, well worth your investment. 10 times more power. And that one bucket of fuel will fill this thing up, which is just blows my mind. We got a pulverizer going. Pulverizers are good for the ferrous ore that you'll find. Ferrous ore has a 10% chance of giving you a shiny ingot down here, while also giving you the shiny, or no, it's supposed to be nickel, but I think it's called ferrous ore now, or ferrous ingots. I'm not even sure they're used for anything. I'm gonna check that actually. Ferrous ingots. Right clicked, and you can use it to make invar. Okay, that makes sense. There's using the nickel to make the invar, so basically used to make invar. Wonderful. So that's pretty much. Oh, we got these two. Yeah, the centrifuge, using that to do the bees. Looks like the power is drained from that one. This is one of the machines that I think uses power constantly, so leave that in there. And we got a squeezer going, making some seed oil as well. Induction smelter for when necessary. And the seed oil is for the carpenter over here, creating impregnated casings out of the jungle wood and the seed oil. And that is how we create our apiaries for our bee breeding. And that is the MJ power. And we're back. A little bit of a break there. Sorry about that. Well, this episode's getting a little long anyway, so we're going to call this one an episode. That was our overrun of the beginnings of the MJ power. Next time, we'll be going over some of the basics of the EU power. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.